Hey everybody, this is Matt. We are rolling into 2024, and I just wanted to highlight some of the things that we've done to save money as people are looking for ways to pinch pennies and make their dollars go farther. These are some things that I've tried that I thought people might be interested in hearing feedback on. So first of all, switching to a cheaper cell phone plan. My family, has been on Red Pocket for a while now. The reason for that is it allows you to choose any carrier, which is really nice. So in this area, we like AT&T, but you can also choose Verizon and T-Mobile. Those are options. So unlike some of the cheaper plans that lock you into one carrier, Red Pocket lets you choose any of them. They have a lot of cheap plans. The one that I have my parents on costs $100 a year, which is actually cheaper than TracFone. TracFone works out to something like $120 a year for their cheapest plans because you have to keep replenishing your plan. And their customer service, in my opinion, is terrible to work with. Also, you end up having to get new SIMs quite a bit instead of just being able to do stuff remotely with bring your own device. So Red Pocket's great in this respect. They're easier to reach. They're easier to do stuff on your own without having to talk to customer service. And this annual plan's only available on eBay, and they sell several of these. Their plans go as low as $30 a year, but you won't find these on their website. They sell them on eBay exclusively. Only their more expensive plans are sold at redpocket.com. So if you're looking for a deal, or even if you just want to save money for a while and want to keep your phone number, $30 a year for something very inexpensive is great. Another thing to keep in mind here is they do support Wi-Fi calling. So if you're home and you're on the GSMA network, in other words, AT&T, Wi-Fi calling doesn't count against any of your plan's minutes. So for instance, this really cheap plan, if you're not using a lot of data, if you're mostly on Wi-Fi and you just want a cheap voice plan and you're on Wi-Fi calling at home, it doesn't matter that you don't have very many minutes because Wi-Fi calling doesn't use any of them. This would strictly be out and about. So this is a great way to keep your number, but drop your cell phone plan down, save some money for a while. Even their more full-featured plans are around $20 a month. I actually prepay for a plan that gives me 10 gigs of data a month. And after tax, it works out to something like $22.50 a month. And that plan's been great. The one thing we notice is occasionally iMessage glitches. I have to turn cellular off, turn it back on again. That clears the problem. I haven't noticed deprioritized data. That is a thing you can get with these cheaper carriers, but again, they all pretty much work that way. We've had no issues, and even when I'm out using these, they've worked well for my whole family. Second one is streaming TV. So my folks love cable. They love local news and local channels and didn't want to give any of that up. So a couple of years ago, we switched them over to YouTube TV. This saved us over $1,000 a year compared to what Time Warner was charging us. The nice thing about YouTube TV is you can have up to 6 individual accounts set up. Each user gets their own unlimited DVR, and you can share this across a household. So for instance, if everybody lives in the same town or you have people spread out in the same zip code, you could actually split this between users and divide this up between 2 or 3 paying members, in which case this becomes super cost effective compared to something like cable, as well as being able to access this on any device. My dad uses his iPad frequently. This works great. When you travel, you can pull this up on any of your devices and watch for up to 3 months in a different zip code before it requires you to kind of phone in from home back in your home zip code. So we've had a great experience with this. Very few technical glitches, and it works really well for the whole family and saves us a lot of money. Number 3, and I really want to stress this, if you're looking to save money, rotate your streaming services. Remember, the amazing advantage of all these streaming services, unlike cable and satellite, there are no contracts. There's no cancellation fees. I remember in the old days, Dish would lock you into 2 and 3 year contracts, so would cable. There is no more of that. So people complain a lot about how much streaming services cost because hardly anyone cancels them. Hardly anyone cancels these services. Please, for the love of God, if you're finding that you're frustrated with these, cancel some of them. You can always pick them back up. They make it very easy to resume right where you left off. In a lot of cases, if you cancel something like Netflix, they'll even save your profile and all of your saved, watch features. So when you log back in, when you start paying again, that stuff shows up again. So my suggestion here really is, please subscribe to one service, binge a lot of your favorite shows for a month or two, then cancel and move on to a different service. This is great for services like Disney Plus, where the kids they might blow through a lot of movies and then get bored. You can switch to something else. And just to fill in the meantime, a lot of these free services like Tubi, Crackle, Roku end up having a lot of the same movies that show up. You just have to watch a few ads. I know in particular, Tubi ends up having a lot of the same movies as Amazon Prime at the same times, which means however they work the content deals, they're getting access to the catalogs at the same time. And in exchange for watching 3 or 4 minutes worth of ads, you have free movies all the time. So check those out. It's a great way to supplement. If you have one paid premium service and have a budget of $10 or $15 a month, you can subscribe to Max, cancel, Netflix, cancel, Disney Plus, cancel. If you leave them all turned on, you'll end up paying $80 or $90 or $100 a month. But if you rotate these, it's a really easy way to get access to everything and then just find something else to watch. Please don't discount dollar stores. This sounds crazy, but I've noticed, especially in the last couple of years, since about 2022, certain things have gotten very expensive in the main stores, even Walmart. Batteries is a prime example of this. So is deodorant. One stick of deodorant at my supermarket now is costing like $5 or $6, $6.50 in some cases. And these aren't the crazy, prescribed high strength deodorants. They're just regular deodorant. You can go to a dollar store, pick these up for $1.25. It's some of the same brands, Right Guard, Speed Stick, normal brands, not crazy off brands, for $1. Same for cleaning supplies. Windex exploded in cost. Some of the other bathroom cleaners or actual rags, vehicles in particular, like things to wipe down your dash, vinyl protectant, all of that stuff is available at the dollar store. Sometimes even the major brands, just in smaller bottles, and it's $1. So $1.25 now. So in my experience, these three things are prime candidates to look for at a dollar store, and they can save you a lot of money. We're talking $1 instead of $5 or $6 or $7 in some cases, especially batteries. If you just need a couple of batteries for a dead remote and you don't want to buy a $12 brick of AA's at the store, it's very easy to just go buy a 4-pack at the dollar store of Panasonic name brand batteries. And the last one, if something breaks, please attempt to repair. It's very easy in some cases. We had great luck this year. We had our ceiling fan break. We were going to pull the whole fan out and replace it, even though there was nothing wrong with the motor. It was just the pull switch. And we were able to find the part on Amazon for $8 and replace the whole thing in 5 minutes. And the whole repair was documented on YouTube and a couple appliance repair places. Had the same issue with a faucet leak. Thought we were going to have to replace the whole thing, get it replumbed. It was just the internal cartridge. They carried them at Home Depot. It was just a matter of buying the cartridge. It was one Allen screw to take the handle off, replace the cartridge, fix it. We've actually repaired several of our appliances. That was a little more involved, but still they were like, our washer was a $26 position switch part, and it was 30 minutes. To save a major appliance, this is a worthwhile investment. It doesn't always work. We failed on our stove. I fixed it once, and then it lasted for 2 years. And the second time it broke, we couldn't fix it. So again, you can't always succeed, but especially with stuff in the home, it's well worth a shot to see if you can fix some of these devices instead of just throwing them away and buying new ones. So these are sort of 5 quick tips. Again, altogether, these have saved us thousands of dollars between TV, rotating the streaming services, the cell phone plans. These are all things that add up, and they really hit you in the wallet on a monthly basis over and over and over. So these are some of the places that can have the biggest payoff if you can focus on these areas. I hope this has been helpful. If you've had something that you've done in the last 2 years, that has saved you just a ton of money and you were surprised or delighted by how much it helped you out, I'd love to hear about it. Please comment, ask me any questions about any of the things I've mentioned here. And I hope everybody has a great 2024. Thanks.